Michael Burry is the man who shot to fame by predicting the great 2008 financial crisis. By betting against the housing market, he executed his famous Big Short and made over $100 million in the process. Now, in between repeatedly deleting his account, Michael Burry is actually very active on Twitter, which is where he shares his latest thoughts and insights on the financial markets. Like, as I said, in 2008, it's like watching a plane crash. It hurts, it's not fun, and I'm not smiling. Now, Michael Burry has been warning of a major stock market crash to rival 1929, 2000, and 2008. And so in this video, we'll be looking at what exactly is Michael Burry's big warning, why does he believe that a major stock market crash is coming, and then what exactly is Michael Burry doing with his own money. As always, if you do enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like, always appreciated. Okay, first up, what exactly is Michael Burry's big warning? He says, people always ask me what's going on in the markets, and it's simple, greatest speculative bubble of all time in all things by 2 orders of magnitude. And then all hype and speculation is doing is drawing in retail before the mother of all crashes. When crypto falls from trillions, meme stocks fall from billions, losses will approach the size of countries. And as of right now, adjusted for inflation, the first half of 2022, the S&P 500 is now down over 25%, Nasdaq over 35%, and Bitcoin came down over 70%. That was a multiple compression. Next up, an earnings compression, and he thinks we're only about halfway there. So how far down does he think stocks are going to crash? Well, this is the S&P 500, and you can see it was in this nice growth range here. We had the big COVID crash, the Fed stepped in and printed all the money needed for a strong recovery, and so far it's down about 20%. But Michael Burry says we're only halfway there. So he predicts a bigger crash is still to come, which would take us down to around this level here. So he predicts a much bigger crash is still to come. So a stock market crash to rival the biggest of the last 100 years, where we would see the S&P 500 crash down to around the 2,300 level, which he says we're about halfway there. But what exactly is this based on? Why does Michael Burry believe a major crash is still to come? Now, when it comes to the why, one of the big things he points out has to do with valuations, and this is PE ratios, which is a stock's price divided by its earnings, so how much profit it's making. Now, a high reading is not good. It means the stock price is very high in comparison to what the company is making, and conversely, a low reading is very good. And he points out a normal reading is around 26. In 1929, it got up to 30 before the big crash. In the year 2000, it got close to 45 before the big crash. And as of the end of 2021, again, it was close to 40. So basically, stocks are massively overvalued. And this chart goes back over 100 years. More recently, he pointed out that before a huge big bubble bursts, we have these major run-ups. In yellow, this is the S&P 500 in the year 2000. In green, this was the run-up in 1929. And in white is the S&P 500 today. And he's basically pointing out that what's happened right now rivals the biggest crashes of the last 100 years. And he also makes one last warning. Be careful of a bull trap, which is basically a big run-up but in a bigger downtrend. He says in the year 2000, the Nasdaq had 16 bear market rallies which averaged over 20% before finally bottoming 78%. And in 1929, the Dow had 10 bear market rallies, averaging again over 20% before finally bottoming almost 90%. So basically, valuations are close to record highs, and in the final stage of a bubble, you do get a major run-up, which did happen and matched the 1929 and 2000 bubbles. And he also warns about bull traps, where we can see a 20 to 30% run back up, but then still a bigger crash comes. And so this all made me think, what is Michael Burry doing with his own money? And surely if we look at his own stock portfolio, he'd be selling out of all stocks, right? Well, not exactly. And so, taking a quick look at what Michael Burry is doing with his own money, this is Scion Asset Management, which is his own hedge fund. And this is a $200 million portfolio made up of 12 positions. And a couple of interesting things to point out. Now, when it comes to all of his stocks, the vast majority of them are brand new positions. So this kind of contradicts Michael Burry's big warning. This is certainly not something you would do if you think a huge stock market crash is coming. However, having said that, his largest position in Apple, to the tune of almost $36 million, is actually another big short, as he's taken out put options. And so Michael Burry is very bearish on Apple. But aside from that, he's got many bets that all these stocks will be going higher. And he leaves us with, the Fed has no intention of fighting inflation. Serial half-point rate hikes are for getting elevation before stocks and the consumer tap out. The Fed's all about reloading the monetary bazooka so it can ride to the rescue and finance the fiscal put. And he leaves us with, people say I didn't warn last time. I did, but no one listened. So I warned this time, and still no one listens. But I will have proof I warned. This video is sponsored by FTX, one of the best places to buy and sell your crypto. With the crypto market down 70%, many of the best crypto assets are now at fire sale prices. So how do we take advantage? Well, we actually just need two things: a proven investment strategy and a safe, secure, and low-cost place to invest. Now, one of the best tried and tested investment strategies is to simply dollar cost average, meaning we buy a little bit every week or every month. And one of the best places to buy crypto that is safe, secure, and low cost is FTX. There's FTX US for people in America and FTX International for everybody else. And check out the FTX mobile app for those who like to invest on the go. And for a special offer to earn some free crypto every time you make a trade over $10, simply download the FTX app using the link below and referral code NathanS.